Have you ever asked a chatbot a question and gotten a totally, completely useless answer? Yeah, me too. If you've ever felt that frustration, then you're in the right place. We're about to break down the one skill that's becoming absolutely essential for getting what you actually want from AI.
You know, AI isn't some far-off future tech anymore. It's already a huge part of how we work. In fact, a whopping 62% of us are already using it for our daily tasks. From marketers brainstorming ideas to managers drafting emails, it feels like everyone's got a chatbot open in another tab.
But here's the real question, right? Are those answers you're getting actually any good? You ask for help and what you get back is something totally irrelevant, or just this giant wall of text that's impossible to get through. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. The reason for all that frustration? Well, it usually comes down to a classic principle from the early days of computing. Garbage in, garbage out. It's really simple. The quality of the AI's response is directly, and I mean directly, tied to the quality of your question.
So how do we fix this? The secret isn't in the AI. It's in how we talk to it. There's a name for this skill, and it's exactly what we're diving into today: prompt engineering.
Now, don't let that word engineering scare you off. Seriously, think of it less like you're building a bridge and more like you're having a really clear, effective conversation. It's all about crafting your questions to guide the AI, to make sure it knows exactly what you need. This right here is the golden rule. It's as simple as this. If you ask a vague, general question, you can only expect a vague, general answer in return. It turns out, when you're talking to an AI, clarity and being specific are your absolute best friends. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Well, the good news is there's a simple framework that anyone can use. Let's break down the 5 key ingredients for building a prompt that gets you exactly what you need every single time.
It all boils down to a super simple checklist. So before you hit enter, just ask yourself these 5 things. What do I really want? Who is involved here? Why do I need this? Which specific details actually matter? And how do I want the answer delivered to me? Answering these questions turns a basic query into a powerful instruction.
Let's just pause on that who part for a second, because this one is a total game changer. By telling the AI who you are and who it should be, you're giving it critical context. I mean, think about it. An explanation for a high school student is going to be completely different from one for a PhD, right? An AI acting like an engineer will give you a much different response than one acting like a poet.
All right, theory is great, but let's make this real. We're going to look at a before and after example to see just how dramatic the difference can be when you use this 5-part framework.
Okay, on the left, you've got a typical kind of vague question. Explain electric cars. It's not bad, but it leaves everything up to the AI. Now look at the right. That's an engineered prompt. See the shift in thinking? It's not just a question anymore. It's a set of instructions. It defines the AI's role, the audience, the purpose, and even the final format of the answer.
And here's the payoff. The vague prompt gets you that wall of text we talked about, basically a data dump. But the smart prompt? It delivers a perfectly structured explanation, broken down exactly how you asked for it, ready to go. The difference is just night and day.
So once you've got that core framework down, you can start adding a few pro tips to take your AI conversations from just good to truly great.
Here are 4 simple hacks you can start using immediately. Assign a persona, show an example of what you want, specify the length, and hey, don't be afraid to tweak and refine your request.
We saw this with the engineer persona, and it works for pretty much everything. Need a marketing email? Tell the AI to be a marketing manager. Need to analyze some data? Ask it to be a finance lead. This little trick instantly changes the tone, the vocabulary, and the focus of the response to match whatever you need.
This one is incredibly powerful. Instead of trying to describe the perfect style, just show it. You can literally paste in an example of an email or a report that you love and just say, write something with this vibe. This gives the AI a concrete reference point and dramatically cuts down on all the back and forth.
This one is so simple, but it's so often overlooked. You don't want to read a novel, right? So ask for 3 key bullet points. Or maybe you just need a quick overview. Ask for a 1-paragraph summary. Giving the AI a length constraint saves you a ton of time and makes sure the output is perfectly scaled to your needs.
You know, these techniques are really more than just clever tricks. When you zoom out a little, you realize this is all about mastering a powerful new way of asking questions. It's about changing how we approach problem solving itself.
Sure, it might take you an extra 30 seconds to put together a really good prompt, but that thoughtful questioning, that's an investment, and it pays off big time in saved time, better results, and ultimately finding the answer you actually need on the first try.
And this brings us to a final, pretty big thought.
As AI gets better and better at giving us answers, maybe the most valuable human skill isn't having all the knowledge in our heads, but knowing how to ask the right questions to unlock it. Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this one.